Hey, still one, please.
LiveSpot 360 presents the LiveSpot X Festival, the biggest festival. Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. Well, another huge news week. We've got stock markets at record highs. Bitcoin and gold are starting to get very interesting at their pullback. We do welcome over 1,000 new subscribers this week, so thanks for joining us on this journey. A reminder that you can get $50 by commenting your favorite part on any one of our videos and the time in the comments below. We do want to congratulate our Josh Turnbull Member of the Month, and that goes to Campbell this week in our community of our much appreciated. We've got to get people aware of what's going on. In terms of the housing market, we had ASIC, the regulator, come out this week and say, don't blame us for the lending slowdown. I think it was pretty clear that the Royal Commission showed widespread fraud in terms of lending that was happening by the banks. And yet now people are saying, well, there's not enough lending. It's your fault that house prices are down. So look, I'm with ASIC on this one. If it was that bad, we should expect to see a slowdown in lending. Construction insolvencies is on the charge again. This is the highest level since back in September 2013, and it's pretty clear when we talk to a lot of these tradies, look at statistics like the number of utes, light commercial vehicle sales, really dramatic decreases here. So it's those tradies that are running out of work, or if they do have work, they're being paid less. It's this labour market underutilisation. So don't look necessarily at just the unemployment rate, which isn't too bad. The Australian economy did lose 20,000 jobs in the latest figures. But when you look at the US in terms of underutilization, it's really, really low. Whereas in Australia, it's remained a lot higher. People that want more work or want higher paying jobs. And this is the biggest issue facing the Australian economy. This is a fantastic article here by Michael. I recommend you check this one out on the New Daily if you haven't already. So Josh Frydenberg, they've come out and said that mega trends, huge reforms. We're aware of rising debt, the ageing population, and other structural headwinds that we've spoken about to death on this channel. So let's see what sort of packages that they announce. I think they're still only planning on implementing these, a year, 2 years, 3 years away. And we need reform now if we're to overcome what I believe is unfolding as we speak. Another thing that happened this week was the Prime Minister doubling down on coal, and this sort of climate change, renewable energy debate really continues. And there's a war of words, which I really think it's immature. It reminds me of the crypto space, some of the stuff that's going on with our political leaders. But the Swedish central bank is now dumping Australian bonds over these emissions. So globally, we're seeing a green investment theme. Some investment funds and even some central banks and governments are now not investing money or giving money to countries or companies that aren't trying to become more renewable, climate friendly, offset their carbon and so on. So another, I guess, cut, death by 1,000 cuts for the Australian economy if we're going to be getting less and less money from outsiders that would usually be investing. Australia's also had this real crackdown on privacy. It feels like the last couple of years it's just been almost worse than China in a lot of regards. And this week we had a US judge rule that, these searches of our cell phones and devices is unconstitutional. Now, in Australia, we don't have a constitution. And this is just the norm in Australia. We saw Andreas cancel his trip to Australia because it's known that they're going to steal your devices, and they're allowed to take everything off it, all that data, and you can go to jail if you don't give them all your passwords. So I just cannot believe that this has become the norm in Australia, and it's great to see a US judge set the example and put it back on, I guess, Australian lawmakers to say, well, hold on, when did this become constitutional or legal in Australia? But let me know what you guys think of that one below, and the Andreas interview is going to be out this week. So I guess we've really seen discontent at central banks and governments, policymakers globally. And just breaking a few hours ago, we had these riots in Iran. So they've had another rise in fuel prices, cost of living, these sort of arguments that keep coming up, starting to burn down different banks and central banks there. So this story, I didn't have a lot of details about this, but something that is currently unfolding. And one by one, I keep saying it, it's just this civil unrest, and people are being strained, and they're just not happy with the way the system is working for them. Now, China is starting their trials into restricting cash, just like we've seen in Australia. $10,000, it's already been proposed, and Robbie Barwick, the CEC, and Martin North, those channels have done some great videos about this recently. They're proposing that they write it into the regulation that they can just flick a switch and change that to $5,000 or $2,000 in terms of the cash ban. And this is the sort of thing where I say Australia's worse than China. We now see China following suit. They're planning on launching their own cryptocurrency, as we know. China are talking about even rewarding their soldiers in crypto soon. So I've got an interview with Dovey Wan about everything that's happening in China in terms of the world of crypto, but they want to monitor absolutely everything you're doing. And yeah, they look to be clamping down on cash as well. Now, Chinese soldiers have been deployed on the streets of Hong Kong, and the stated reason is to help clean up. So I think this is really not going to help things. That friction between Hong Kong and China, now that they've actually got soldiers on the street in Hong Kong, it's really been bad there lately. We've seen those people getting set on fire and throwing bricks onto roads, and the economy is now in recession because of what's going on. So is this going to make things worse with China actually deploying soldiers into Hong Kong now? Again, if you're in Hong Kong, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In terms of China, it's still growing a lot better than a number of other countries, if you believe that 6% figure. So Chinese bonds, $7 billion worth for sale, $1 trillion oversubscribed. So this is what I'm talking about. When there's no growth and negative interest rate bonds everywhere else, people are so desperate for any bond that's paying a higher yield. So absolutely ridiculous to see $1 trillion trying to chase $7 billion worth of bonds because they are offering a higher yield. Chile was the latest country to join the list of inflation bordering on hyperinflation. So you can see the value of their currency there collapsing, or if we flip the chart, we'd have that parabolic blow off with a hyperinflation there. So yeah, collapsing to another record low, really unfortunate. Venezuela, Argentina, Chile, Zimbabwe, that list continues to grow of fiat currencies that are losing their value. Over to the US now, where I want to talk about the cost of living. So there's documentaries about Hong Kong and how expensive it is to live there. And I think people are really starting to ask themselves, well, at what cost? Why am I paying this much? Would I be better off moving down to somewhere? I've had a lot of people say, what's the cost of living like in Tasmania? Now, obviously, there's less jobs and there's reasons for both sides, but there's so many people that are paying these ridiculous rents in big cities around the world. I think they're really going to start to ask themselves, well, why? Would I be less stressed? Would I have more time, less travel to work if I move to a regional area? Can I do my job there? And with the internet and whatnot, I think that'd be a change for moving out of pay these sort of rents to live in a little bit. Now, the tech stocks continue to grow at a time when a lot of the small
where's your uniform?
breaking out.
You go and bring your uniform here and put it so that I can try.
The entire US energy sector, all that fracking, all the oil and gas companies, Apple is bigger, and Disney is bigger than the top 5 European banks. So we know that European banks are struggling, but interesting to think about the type of companies that they are and how much bigger they've grown than previous sectors. Energy sector, the banking sector, they used to be huge sectors. Now, one of the reasons behind this is that the Swiss National Bank are printing money out of thin air to buy stocks. I don't know how that is fair or if it's all part of this valuation out the window style stuff that I keep talking about. But yeah, they now own 94 billion in US stocks. So we're on a bit of a buying spree in Q3. So this is one of the reasons why the US stock market is at record highs, because central banks are bringing money out of thin air to buy shares, and this all leads to inequality. I've done plenty of videos about all that. Google launching checking accounts. So we've seen Apple launch Apple Pay, Facebook want to launch Libra, Google want to get into this banking and get onto Wall Street. I've said it 100 times, it's so good. They just take their little clip, the banks, and now Google look to be getting into that space and really making regulators and banks question, well, what is money and who gets to issue it? Trump in the headlines again this week, calling for negative interest rates, criticizing the Fed. US growth really slowed this week. Consumer confidence and comfort has crashed the most since the GFC. That is not good. Remember, the US consumer was one of the positives holding up their economy, as opposed to Australia, where retail sales and the consumer is really indebted and not going really well. So if the American consumer stops spending, that is really bad. We've also seen industrial production plunge, worse since the GFC. I keep saying it. So that is not good. And we've had a few little scares in terms of data come out of the US, but these are the first signs that it really is a number of sectors now that are pointing to a slowdown. The Fed is printing money. They're not disclosing which banks they're handing it out to. No surprises there. This is continuing at bigger and bigger amounts. I think we saw 300 billion this week. And economic growth is now close to zero for the fourth quarter, according to the Fed. So some of the stats we got out in terms of their forecasts and as well as the actual data, really left field. People were expecting, nice growth, 2% in the US. The US economy is chugging along okay, but talking about zero growth, that really increases the case for the Fed to join.
In today's fast-paced world, financial institutions are constantly faced with increased security threats, reduced budgets, and rapidly evolving technologies. So many challenges. How can businesses both keep existing customers and attract new ones? Introducing HID Prism, the financial instant issuance solution that significantly increases customer retention and loyalty. Let customers walk into your bank or credit union and leave minutes later with an activated debit or credit card. This results in an immediate increase in customer transactions and improved interchange revenue. And it's not just any card, a fully customized card with on-brand imagery chosen by the customer, ensuring your card is top of wallet and increasing transaction usage. But instant issuance isn't new. What makes HID Prism different? Well, HID offers complete end-to-end solutions, such as HID Prism software, Prism XP hardware security module, and the world-class HID Fargo printers, which give you high-quality, visually rich cards on demand. Looking for proof? HID Prism has been successfully deployed in thousands of branches, representing hundreds of financial institutions.
Join the party to drop interest rates to zero or negative, as Donald Trump has been calling for. So despite all this, is anyone fearful? The VIX is the volatility index, and it's hit a new record short. So what does that mean? If people are not expecting volatility, people are not expecting a correction, everyone is on the one side of the boat. Record amount of people betting that even though volatility is already low, that it's only going to go lower and that stock markets are only going to go higher. So if anything happens, this is going to be a historic short squeeze. If you don't know what a short squeeze is, again, I've done videos on this. So when we have a look at the illiquidity index and the VIX that we just spoke about, we can see a nice relationship here. Well, in terms of the correlation, it's nice, but in reality, what it shows is that when volatility increases, that's when illiquidity increases. So that's when everyone wants to sell. That's when everyone removes their orders from the stock market. And I've done videos about the algorithms and high frequency trading with all these bots trading against each other in milliseconds. It's not real volume. So when a big hedge fund decides that, hey, we need to sell these shares, all that liquidity and orders get removed and there's no one to sell to. And that's when we can start this cascade. So it's not nice. I hate talking about all these bad headlines, and I'm not the sort of person that actually thinks there's a stock market crash. You guys know I've been saying I think stocks are going to break out to record highs because valuations and fundamentals are out the window. It's all about how much money the Fed's going to print and how low interest rates are going to go. But if it does get nasty, this doesn't bode well. Things are going to get rough, and the Fed, the central bank's going to have to step in and do even more crazy things to keep markets from crashing. Another interesting chart this week was the ECB and the amount of QE, the amount of money printing they were doing compared to GDP growth. And what we see here pretty clearly is as they tapered off the amount of money they were printing, they just slowed it down or leveled it out. GDP growth has collapsed. So Martin North and I talk about this as credit impulse. So it's not just the amount of money you're printing or the amount of credit and debt people are going into that has to grow. It has to increase the rate of environmental regulations. I just don't know what to say sometimes when I'm here and reporting these headlines, people issuing their own money and joining this financial sector. So yes, don't be surprised when they say bad things from those that are looking to take away their power. Now, a final thing I want to add here from Russia was the de-dollarization theme. They're looking to launch their own payment system. So Brazil, Russia, India, China, and I have forgotten the S there. Sorry, guys. Let me know down below. I think, is that South America? But anyway, these other countries want to launch their own system to, again, get away from SWIFT and the US banking system. So wrapping this all up, headlines continue to say that 2020s are looking to be, a really rough ride. It is not going to be as good as we've had it, or even if stock markets keep charging up, it's not going to help the average person. And there's some sort of economic downturn coming, and lots of global banks are now warning against this as well. So it was Merrill Lynch with this headline this week, but sites like ABC even now reporting these doom and gloom headlines rather than the zero hedges of the world. Those tend to be a little bit more underground. So with all this happening, I continue to say it, guys, get educated, learn how to protect your wealth and build your nest egg. If you can do your own self-managed super and whatnot, take advantage of this free consultation with our channel. Gold is starting to get attractive. I did my video about thinking it was overbought and that we're going to have a correction when everyone was FOMOing into gold and asking me how to buy it. And I said, just be patient, hold off. I think it's starting to get attractive now. I'm thinking of putting together a bit of a portfolio with gold and silver and Bitcoin, some cryptocurrencies. And if you guys are interested in copying my portfolio, you can do that on eToro. So I'll set that up soon if there's enough skills that you can build by trading. And I think it's a no-brainer. There's Bitcoin there. Now, I know Aussies love crypto, but we continue to see a lot of scams going around. So OneCoin actually lasted 3 or 4 years. Typically, these Ponzi schemes collapse within a year or two. So finally, they've caught these co-founders. They're facing 90 years in prison. I'm hoping they go out and try and chase down the people that were pushing it, particularly here in Australia. Carrot bars is another one that I've been warning against. Anything that is trying to get you to sign up people and give you a bonus and promising monthly returns, guys, it is a pyramid scheme. I've said it 100 times. So carrot bars have been ordered a cease and desist. I know, the cloud tokens going around. There's so many out there, guys. Please just stick clear of them and show your friends these sort of news announcements when they're trying to get you to sign up to these scams. PayPal has stopped all Pornhub model payouts. So I know this is a little bit of a taboo topic, but this is an industry where it's really hard to get banked. The models don't make a lot of money because of all the middlemen and everything that they have to, go through in terms of just to get their money and the credit card challenges they face. So yes, this is a problem that Bitcoin and crypto solves. There's a few good projects in this space that have built really great technology. So I might have them on the show. I think it would make for a really interesting interview and podcast. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that announcement below. Crypto research firm Missouri raises $4 million, backed by Coinbase, Blockchain Capital, some of the big boys. They offer a lot of great free services, so head over to Missouri. They've got more accurate data than CoinMarketCap. But this professional research is something that is really blossoming and getting more experienced investors confident with the investment thesis around these coins. This is something that we have launched as well recently. We've got our members will now receive this monthly research report. So if I head down here, I just want to give you guys a bit of a preview of what we've been working on. This is a fundamental analysis. You're going to get 5 a month. And let me scroll down. Always the ways and technical difficulties, but Synthetics, Maker, a lot of the DeFi projects, we're trying to cover 5 interesting projects every month. So you members will be getting that for free. Synthetics has been added to the Coinbase wallet. This one is now up well over 1,000% since we covered for you guys. So I hope you've made some nice. Another backflip here, we saw Alibaba deny their partnership with Lolly. So a bit of a confusion. The crypto space is renowned for announcing these big partnerships when they're not real, particularly in China and projects like Tron and whatnot. But there's a number of Aussie apps that are coming out that are going to allow you to earn Bitcoin rewards and travel by Bit. You can book your flights, get Bitcoin back. So we'll talk about that more in future. But a lot of these people are trying to get this Bitcoin reward space. VeChain's had an incredible month, up 50 or 60%. More T traceability partnerships. Great to see real world use case for these type of projects. Coca-Cola looking to trace every bottle and redefine the supply chain using a blockchain there. Canada's biggest bank announced that they're exploring the launch of a crypto trading platform. So they shut down customers' accounts that were dealing with crypto, and now they want to launch their own exchange. I've got an interview with an XRP-based platform that are looking to partner with this Royal Bank of Canada and issue securities on the XRP chain. So keep an eye out for that one as well this week. Binance and HSBC launching crypto smartphones that support Binance Chain. This week, I did another big write-up and thesis, fundamental analysis about Binance Chain. I think it's getting interesting, the price that it's at as well for longer term. Brave, another great project that we've been supportive of. I recommend you all get the Brave browser if you haven't already. It blocks ads and it blocks trackers. They've now launched the full product. It was the sponsor of the Joe Rogan podcast this week, so a lot of people downloading that now. And we saw a bit of a price spike after the Joe Rogan episode as well. SingularityNet, their artificial intelligence project. This is one that we covered very early on at ICO stage for you guys as well. Integrating with PayPal, and this one also is great to trade, really. It does go back and forward and really jumps on the positive announcements. Multi-collateral DAI, I've got my Maker shirt on. This is something that I've been waiting for years, and it is coming out. It's been approved by token holders there. Great example of how we can decentralize governance and all vote for what's best for the system. And there's a few coins that are going to really benefit from this multi-collateral DAI. I'll talk about what to do this week as well if you do have a loan in a DAI. Most exchanges will support that automatically for you. Another piece of news I found interesting this week was Bitcoin and Ethereum node count spread across more than 100 countries now. And if you saw the interview we did with Roger Ver, this was one of my main rebuttals talking about increasing the block size. And I won't go into detail, but I did timestamp that for you guys if you want to skip to the parts that you find interesting about the battle between increasing the block size and reducing the node count and how we keep decentralization. I've had a lot of people ask me to get Craig right on. The BSV fans are saying, if you had Roger on, get Craig right on. Look, if Craig ever proves anything, then I'm happy to have him on. But until then, said he was going to kill Litecoin and Bitcoin and through SegWit by this time last year, and it hasn't happened. So these empty promises, and, the judge throwing out his case and whatnot. I know the BSV guys get upset when I say this, but I just haven't seen any evidence to suggest that he's Satoshi as he claims. Moving on there, the next article I had for you guys was about the CFTC chairman talking about Ethereum 2.0 possibly being a security. So,
Well, very good evening to everybody. How we're doing tonight, and it's a fantastic day. It is a fantastic Sunday evening, and I just hope everybody have actually, have a kind of like call it something, a call to understanding and a call to actions on the space we are in cryptocurrency right away. And been able to sit down to analyze independently, taking a ride in this crypto space. And of course, a whole lot of people are still battling with basic fundamental, in terms of cryptocurrency. And of course, we'll follow the saying this time without number that it's not a get rich quick scheme. Of course, that should be understood. And it's a space that is, toiling around with so many ups and downs, so many turbulence and funny things happening in the space. And nevertheless, it's a place to be if you can settle down to learn and acquire the basic skills, and you'll be able to trend in the space very well. And so, of course, have a lot of friends that ask me questions all the time about what do I think about going forward in cryptocurrency? How do I think it's going to be fantastic? And of course, I've been saying this time without number that we're going to have it more difficult going forward. Difficult, I mean, not that the crypto is going to be marred with so many terrible things, no, but we're going to have it more difficult because we will have so much funny informations and some kind of intimidating news around crypto that will make a lot of people's decision to be backward in going forward in cryptocurrency. It has happened before, it's going to repeat itself. And of course, from what we've been seeing all around the world about crypto now, you see that the financial market is actually shaking, having a lot of issues, and different countries of the world trying to have independency, catching away from the influence of the United States of America, US dollars, on their currencies. And so, of course, it's an eye-opener anyway. Cryptocurrency have done to a lot of countries believing that, okay, they could have their independency, to the financial level. Now, what do you have to do? Why call for action? Call for action is that an individual needs to develop his own economy. And of course, you cannot develop your own economy if you do not understand, the protocol that help, individualistic economy to be strengthened. And that is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology. And of course, I have been talking to people before now, about cryptocurrency, about projects, different platforms on cryptocurrencies that a lot of people, ask so much questions about. And we've been privileged to meet some people too who are ahead of us. What we mean by ahead of us does not mean, by age or by, social strata, not by, where they come from, but practically their involvement in this space. Okay, so everybody that is on board tonight, of course, some of you have been in cryptocurrency before now, and some of us are just like baby, and I feel for some of us who are still babies in cryptocurrency. But anyway, everyone, of course, will start somewhere, and of course, have mind of going somewhere. But I like to let you know, guys, that please, where we are going is so big, so you don't need to faint, okay? The race is not for the feeble. And feeble does not mean how big you are, financially, but how committed you are. I was telling somebody yesterday, and that in this crypto space, it's all about your vision and drive beyond what's happening. Because if you do not have personal drive in this crypto space, you're going to lose. You will lose entirely, and I can bet with you, you're going to be intimidated by, government, media. There are going to be a lot of sponsored medias that will intimidate individuals not to participate in cryptocurrency. And that is one side. And the second side, there's going to be a lot of funny schemes, that will be coming out every day for people to take part of and eventually, lose their money. And so because of, lack of patience, everybody want to have, like I was saying the other time, that we have many of us who still treat business or cryptocurrency in online investment platforms just like the salary job. And that's usually the escape route. The fastest route is always not the best way sometimes. And because many of us, we have 95 to 96% of the world population prefer to work, or look for job. And not because they want it, but it's just like it's a default. And that's the easiest way. And of course, somebody will know that No matter what's happening, I'm going to be paid at the end of the month, so my salary will come. So the same way many of us have been, treating our business, especially crypto space, we treat cryptocurrency like a salary job. No, it's wrong. You're going to have a lot of phenomena. Thank God for some of us who have been seeing a lot of information and researching about details in cryptocurrency. Now, in our platform, we have launched, since last month, October 20th, and to have 12-month project. And this project will target to be project 10 to 100 Bitcoin in 12 calendar month challenge. And it sounds impossible to some persons, but some of us see it as just like a stepping stone, because we have a kind of, agenda to hit, financial freedom in 2 years, via digital asset accumulation. Something will interest you tonight to understand why are we taking that giant step. When we say financial freedom, does not mean we're a stage at which you do nothing, okay? It's a stage where you learn and you do what you love to do beyond just like doing anything because of greener pasture or, daily pay or, how to eat food, or how to pay children's school fees and all of that. So it's quite unfortunate that we come from an environment where by default, nobody talked about, financial education. Nobody talks about, financial planning and how to take it by ourselves. We live in a place where many of us believe that government are going to do a lot of things for us. But unfortunately, that is a scam. Just like, I don't know how many of us have read Kiyosaki books about fake government, fake money, fake everything, fake teachers, and all of that. So we have fake people. We ourselves, we are very fake, okay? And now, a lot of this sermon we've been getting, but how many of us are actually taking action towards them? What step are we taking at all? It's all about hearing those things. That's why I say it's more than motivation. It's more of your actions and know what you want in the space. So if you do not really define what you want in the space, you're going to be carried away by so many happenings in the space and you get nothing out of the space. Okay, so you don't get carried away by a motivational speaker, not even Felix. Okay, not even Felix. Don't let Felix, sweet talk you to anything about crypto. You should know exactly what you want to achieve in this space. But I want to let you know something, that the space is so big. The space is so big. Okay, so 10 to 100 Bitcoin in 12 months is one of the projects, as a kind of part of the vehicle or strategy or pattern, to achieve 2 years financial freedom. And does it mean that after 2 years you do nothing? No, what we mean is that in the next 2 years, you should be part of whales of a given coin. And you might not be whales of Bitcoin because we have people who are whales of Bitcoin right now. But what whales can you be? Okay, I can be whales in EDC coin. I can be whales in a BAT coin. I can be whales in Jizz coin. I can be whales in XRP. I can be whales in Dogecoin. I can be whales in VET. I can be whale in DIA. And I can be whale in Single. I can be whale in REN. I can be whale in One Chain coin. I can be whale, in BNB. Okay, I can be whale in so many, coin projects, because so many coin projects are going to be big, so many years to come. So let's go quickly. I'm going to show you something that's so amazing and going to surprise you, of what you want to achieve in this space. Of course, we've been saying that one of the first things you must, take into your brain is that you must be patient and you must be dedicated. You must be disciplined, and you got to, be foolish in your belief system, because you have to believe everything in the space of crypto. If you have not gotten to a point where nobody talked to you or talked down about crypto, and you have, feelings about whatever anybody is saying about crypto, then you've not started. That's the truth. Because many of us be hearing about a lot of things, how Bitcoin is going to go to $1,000, how Bitcoin is going to go $500, how Bitcoin is going to die off. And of course, we said Bitcoin had died 300 times. Okay, so going forward, let me show us something very fast now. Let's go to CoinMarketCap so that why should I take this crypto space very seriously? Why not just doing what I'm doing? Why do I need to take cryptocurrency seriously? Why must I take cryptocurrency seriously? Okay, so let me go here. This is CoinMarketCap. Okay, so there's something I want everybody to look at now. What is the worth of the whole market? CoinMarketCap, the whole market of cryptocurrency, it's just about $234 billion capitalization. Okay, now why are we so clamoring about cryptocurrency? Why are we so much interested in cryptocurrency? Why should I take cryptocurrency seriously? Is it a good thing to take advantage of? Yeah, the answer is it's just left for you. You know exactly what you want. But let me use one analysis for you. Number one, cryptocurrency is just about 230. That's less than 300 billion capitalization. Okay, that is one. Two, let's go here. Go here. All right, so, okay. So right now, Apple capitalization is above $1 trillion. Apple capitalization is above $1 trillion. Apple capitalization is $1 trillion 180 billion dollars. $1 trillion 180 trillion dollars. So $1 trillion 180 billion dollars. So the fractions of Apple Corporation is almost competing with the whole capitalization of cryptocurrency, not just Bitcoin. Now, what is the signal? The signal is that why are many people talking about Bitcoin cryptocurrency right now? Okay, and why is one of the number one guy we just so much respected in the space of cryptocurrency now? Why is he so much talking about cryptocurrency? And why are people subscribing for his platform? That a man known as Tika Tiwari talking about Bitcoin, talking about cryptocurrency, and talking about different tiny crypto projects that's going to make insane percentage and much money in just few months to come. 10 months, 12 months, and all of that. We're saying 10 to 100 Bitcoin in 12 months, and somebody is here talking about you investing in coins, that's in just $500 investment in a coin that's going to give you about, $5 million in 10 months. It sounds impossible. Of course, if you do not have basic understanding of cryptocurrency, or even if you are in the space of cryptocurrency, you have been following some, Ponzi scheme, get paid, peer-to-peer and all of that, you perhaps would not understand what that man was talking about. But for some of us who have been in the space, we've seen projects that have actually tumbled, people's investment and all of that. But how many of us have this understanding? So like what I'm saying here, this is Apple capitalization is $1 trillion 180 billion dollars. There you are, cryptocurrency as a whole is just okay, the whole capitalization of cryptocurrency, it's just about 235 or 236,000, $236 billion dollars. So that means the whole capitalization of cryptocurrency is not up to, is divided by 4 of Apple Corporation. So what is the signal? Listen to me, guys. What then is the signal for me? The signal is, Felix, get to work. How? Get to work to make sure you get as much as crypto as possible before Bitcoin or cryptocurrency get to $1 trillion capitalization. If the market get to $1 trillion capitalization, it now depends on how many of these projects are you holding and of what type of project are you holding. That's number one fundamental. Then secondly, Felix, the first leap is ensure you have enough cryptos before the market get to trillions capitalization. That is the first step. The second step is, Bitcoin capitalization is how much? Bitcoin capitalization, it's about, how much is it? Let's go here. Bitcoin capitalization. Let's go there. Okay, Bitcoin capitalization, it just $155 billion capitalization. $155 billion capitalization. Then what happens when is 300 billion? What happens when is 450 billions? And what happens when is up to $1 trillion? Write it down. You know, when Bitcoin gets to $1 trillion capitalization, only Bitcoin. Now, how many Bitcoin will you have gotten? And how many Bitcoin do you think you'll be able to get in that time? Now, of course, many of us thought we have missed it out in crypto. Now, don't put too much mind on Bitcoin right now. Oh, no, you don't need to put so much mind on Bitcoin right now. Now, look for projects that can help you to accumulate enough percentage growth and it consume more Bitcoin. Because just go here now, look at it. A woman, anybody who have bought Bitcoin, you know, with $20, okay, $20 investment in 2009 with Bitcoin. This is 2009. I'm just giving us this so that we learn very fast. June 2009 price of Bitcoin. Okay, let's go here. All right. Okay, so 2009 Bitcoin was how much? June 2009 Bitcoin was 0.001 US dollar. Okay, 0.0001 US dollar. So with $20, you have 200,000 Bitcoin. How do I know? Okay, let's go there. This is a calculator. And then what you do, multiply, just say 200,000 Bitcoin, 0.000 multiplied by 200,000. Okay, sorry, beg your pardon, 0.0001 multiplied by 200,000. I just hope this is good. Okay, 200,000. Okay, Bitcoin multiplied by 0.0001. Okay, that's $20, guys. $20 in 2009 gave you 200,000 Bitcoin. So right now, how many is $20 going to give to you? It's going to give you 0.00234 to BTC right now. Okay, but here you are, the volume you got in 2009, that's about $1,708,000,000. Now, if you go to some funny currency like NGNG, you know, in Naira, so let's pretend that that money in that 2009 and that money is about, let's pretend that is about 300,000. Oh, sorry, forgive me. Let's pretend that is about 3,500 Naira, or let's say 4,000 Naira. So right now, if you are in Nigerian currency with that 200 Bitcoin, you are seated on about 619 billion Naira. Okay, about 619 billion Naira. That's what you are seated on. And of course, you may not know that there are a lot of people in Nigeria, a citizen of Nigeria that is seated on this. Yeah. The person might not be in the country, but that somebody is not seated on that, it's not possible. Okay, so, but leave that. Let's forget about that. What we're looking at now is that, why do I need to take crypto very seriously? Because there was somebody that have gotten these by just believing, being foolish in 2009, even a few years ago, a lot of projects. So let me take my attention off Bitcoin. What should be my attention? Okay, there are over how many cryptocurrency in the coin market? There are about how many cryptocurrency in the market? We have over 4,798 cryptos. 4,798 different cryptos. So must I focus on Bitcoin? No. Let me go for other tiny cryptos. Okay, we have other tiny cryptos that have nothing to offer now based on their prices. Okay, what if I have some of those coins right now? If I have some of those coins and this coin can do 20,000% for me, okay, 20,000% for me, okay, so that means I'm going to have enough. I'm going to have enough crypto, as much as I can because of, volumes of money getting into that crypto as much as possible. Now, many a time we'll be telling us project, why do we select a project? Now, we have launched 10 to 100 Bitcoin in 12 calendar months, and we've chosen a lot of projects, and prioritize those projects and how we can use it to achieve those, those targets in the crypto space. Number one, we've told everybody that, hey, please go and learn how to do your personal trading, and it's so important. But what we have placed less emphasis on right now in our project is mining. Okay, why do we place less emphasis on mining? Because we've experienced a lot of funny things about mining. Of course, we've mined crypto for so many years with companies, and of course, we have a lot of issues. Of course, of the next year we're entering into is going to be more difficult to have enough coins that can be mined, especially with Bitcoin. And why? Let's go here. Bitcoin have a reward. Okay, Bitcoin have a reward. Bitcoin reward. Okay. All right. Now, why are we saying this? We're saying we've left our focus from Bitcoin mining. Why? Because of this block halving. Bitcoin right now, of course, we have total Bitcoin in circulation that have been mined so far. How many Bitcoin have been mined so far? About 18 million Bitcoin have been mined. 18,053,100 100 Bitcoin have been mined out of 21 million Bitcoin. And we've mined absolutely 85.97 Bitcoin out of 21 million. What is left is about 2.946900 Bitcoin left to be mined. And right now we are mining about 1,800 Bitcoin every 24 hours, which means every 10 minutes we are having this. Okay, which means we're having about how many Bitcoin every 10 minutes? We're having about 12.4 Bitcoin, 12.5 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. Well, get short, by next year, we're going to have 6.25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes that can be mined, from next year, May 2020. And that's what I mean by Bitcoin block mining reward, and it's going to go half by next year, May. What happened? This is the part of the thing that Tika Tiwari had drawn his conclusion from, because he had been recording in his community of phenomena in the cryptocurrency space. He did that in 2012 to 2013, when we have the first breaking phenomenon of crypto, Bitcoin especially, to moving from $10 to about $1,302 thereabout. And we got record, in some of the documentaries that people, analysts, economists, financial experts predicted that Bitcoin will never get across $1,300 again at all. And they said the Bitcoin was a bubble and has actually busted, and for life is gone. And truly speaking, Bitcoin fell down from that $1,300 to as low as $100 or less than $100. And so that makes a lot of people believe that Bitcoin has crashed. But let me tell you something. There is nothing called crash in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one, and when you have one Bitcoin, you mean one Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin fluctuates, so does not mean Bitcoin crash. So Bitcoin crash, there's nothing like Bitcoin again. If Bitcoin come to no existence any longer, that's what we mean by crashing. When you say something crashes, it has vanished. Okay, and when an aircraft is actually flying and in an altitude and got to some bumpy area, start having some turbulence, and of course you jump up and down as if the aircraft was going to break into two, and of course that's a turbulence. Okay, and to go ups and down and struggle, piercing and struggling between the forces, to make it, and eventually the aircraft landed in the destination. It doesn't mean that the aircraft has crashed. It has crashed when eventually the turbulence brought it down and there's nothing like that aircraft again. That's a crash. So I meet people with so funny language because we just speak those languages, of course, because somebody spoke it and you never ever sat down to analyze what does it mean by that language. And of course, I've told you guys that the worst group of people to ask questions about cryptocurrency, about financial, about personal financing is an accountant. Is somebody who have studied, business administration, who have studied finance in the universities, because these are just theory. What they read are theory. What we talked about, real street, knowledge about money, is different from people who have gone to school, who have been chartered, I can and I cannot, and all of that. Those are not the English we are speaking here. Okay, so we have to see things in a practical sense down. So what we're having now is people economy, not government economy. So crypto is a people economy. So everybody who has studied something about government finance and all of that, of course, will not understand crypto. So it's about personal financing, people economy, decentralized currency, and democratization of resources and funding. And so you meet people who have studied in the university. Thank God for now, for in Cyprus, in New York, in UK, that now we're having first degree courses in blockchain and cryptocurrency, master degree in Cyprus where you can study blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. And then we're having in France now, they're talking about including the curriculum of blockchain and cryptocurrency in the high school. Of course, I don't know when it's going to happen in Nigeria anyway. So you do not need to wait for Nigeria to implement, curriculum in blockchain before you help yourself, and help your children. So you got to be the teacher for your children to teach them about blockchain, about cryptocurrency, and where we are going forward. Okay. So this phenomena was recorded in 2013, and then it happens. And the next phenomenon happened when it was the next halving and after the halving. And that was 2016. And boom, there was a trouble in 2017. Let me tell you something. Look at the gap. The gap was crazy, okay, in 2013, 2013, and 2017. And then there you are, we're looking at 2020 and 2021. 2020 and 2021, okay? 2020 and 2021. So we were here of $1,300, and it was so big, everybody shouted. And then it dumped down and then moved. And then in 2017, we're talking about $20,000, not $2,000. I remember when we're saying that experts said, the least expected price of Bitcoin we were waiting for in 2017 December was $2,000, that minimum. So meaning it has capacity to go above $2,000. And when we're saying this, Bitcoin was $600. And a lot of people say it's not possible. How can it be possible for Bitcoin to get to that amount of money, $2,000? So if we look at the gap, $1,300. So 1,000, so it's supply, then like almost 20 times, 20x, almost 20x of 2013. And so almost 20x of 2013 was what happened in 2017. Now, Bitcoin came down to $3,200, okay? And here this guy came to about average of $100, okay? Now we're going to 2020, 2021. If Bitcoin is gonna do 20x of $20,000, let's say Bitcoin is not gonna do 20x of what it did in 2017 to 2013, let's say Bitcoin is going to do just 10x of what it has done in 2017, and to repeat the same phenomena in 2020 and 2021. So that means 20,000 multiplied by 10. So the least I'm expecting in 2020, 2021 is $200,000 for one Bitcoin. 10x. Okay. 10x is actually how many percent? 10x is about 1,000%. Okay, so the least I expected, look at it here. Okay, so if that happens, that Bitcoin, look at it this way, Bitcoin, go this way, go this way, go this way, and pick it here. Okay, all right, go here. Okay, so 2013 Bitcoin, 2013 Bitcoin, okay, $1,203, and the Bitcoin, after the phenomena, or you call it bubble busted, and Bitcoin hovered back down to about $100. Okay, and then the replay in 2017 gave Bitcoin a price, okay, gave Bitcoin price about $20,000. Okay, if you said that's $20,000, all right, divided by $1,203, how much do you have? Okay, so let's take it this way. $20,000 divided by $1,203. Okay, that's 16x, okay? All right, so that's 16x. Okay, that's crazy. That's 16x, okay? That's not the issue. The issue is this. Oh, 16x, okay? 16x in 2017 against 2013. Now, 2020/2021, okay, Bitcoin. I expected Bitcoin to just manage and do 10x of what it has done of 2017 all-time high. Okay, all-time high. So if that happens, what do? You say $20,000 multiplied by 10, that will be equal to $200,000. Okay, fine. If Bitcoin that is as expensive as this can do 10x, I can have tiny coin that will do 1,000x. Okay, 1,000x. You can have some coins that will do 100x. Okay, we can have some coins that will do 200x. We can have some coins that will do 2,000x. What does that mean? 2,000x, so 100x, 200x, okay? 200x. Why? Because there are so much projects that are going on right now that many people do not know. Okay? Now, we're going to go straight away. Project. What project are we doing? Number one project we are doing, and why we do those projects is, number one, we're doing trading. Okay? Many of you do not know, understand trading. We're doing trading. Okay, number 2, we're doing masternode. Okay, and number 3, we're doing POS. Okay, we're doing POS. And number 3, we're doing leverage and MLM. Now listen, this one is centered around 3 things. One is holding. 2 is swinging. And 3 is capping. I think it would be uncultured for this person not to move himself. Okay, so now if that's the case, now why we tell people there are so many coins you can buy and hold. All right. Now, must I know everything about trading? No, I do not need to know about trading before I can buy a coin and hold. What I need about trading is information. What I need about trading is information and instruction. But by my action. Okay, now, many of you have heard about, like some of us in our community, a lot of people, somebody asked me last week, Felix, what's happening? We've not heard from you about, Tika Tiwari coin. I said, Tika Tiwari coin is one of the best coins, that the guy's recommending. It's one of the best coin anybody can go out, look for it, and buy and hold. For how many months? For 10 months. Okay? Now, you have options to go for Tika Tiwari coin. You go to Palm Beach group. You can search for Palm Beach group on Tika Tiwari and subscribe for $5,000 to be a subscribed member of Tika Tiwari. And then you get the coins and look for money and buy them and store them according to his instruction. And so you do not need to know so much thing about it. You do not need to know so much thing about crypto, about trading, about how to go about this. You do not need so much. Okay. All you need is get information, get the right information, use the right information as prompt as possible, and then go ahead in your business. Okay. And so all you need is buy the coin, look for the wallet, my recommend for you, store them there and go and sleep. Now, for some of us who are traders already and who are interested in making it more bigger and bigger, then you can learn how to swing those coins, okay? And at the same time, scalp those coins, okay? And in the process of doing this, you probably definitely need a community where you need to learn, get information, how to go about it. For some of us who are in build with me, of course, we've been doing that, and we are scalping, we are swinging coins, we are trading some coins. Example of coins we have been trading, there are a lot of them, of course, on our Binance that we have been swinging and been scalping. And so that's probably when you need, to actually now learn how to do about it. Now, the next is masternode, okay? Like what's happening now, EDC blockchain is the coin we use for our masternode, okay? This is the coin we use for our masternode. I've been saying this time without number, permit me, and I will still repeat it. If you're not a professional trader, don't trade EDC. It may lead to a big regret for you. If you want to trade EDC, you may regret trading it because it's not a coin that has so much, great volatility. It consolidates. It's a coin that consolidates, in a direction. So what best can you do? Buy the coin, list it on the masternode, get paid of the coin on daily basis. So in every month, you know what to do with it. So if you buy the coin and list it, and then they pay you, the price go up, you sell. And if the price refuses to come down, That's your log. If it agrees to come down, you buy it back. If it refuses to come down, then you console yourself with the volume you have leased. That's the best. For me, I don't remember discussing with people about EDC. Everyone with his own strategy and how he handles his stuff, okay? So that's what you can do on EDC. I'm going to log in and just show you a little example of how you go about it, okay? And now, on staking coin, all right? On staking coin, one of the first coin I have staked and which I've advised some of our community to stake was one chain. That is one coin. I didn't say one coin. I didn't say one coin, but one. So this is one chain coin. So one. So this is a coin I have staked, okay? And it's going to give you 18% annualized return. But why am I waiting on 18%? Maybe I should use example for you. I love using this example of BNB, okay? I love using example of BNB. Look at it. $100 investment on BNB in 2017, we buy 1,111 BNB at $0.09. Okay? If you stake the coin, now they are staking of BNB is 10% annual, 10% annual staking. Okay? ROI is equals to 111 BNB. That is the first year. Then second year, okay, another 10%. Okay, another 10% will be 111 BNB again, which total 111 BNB multiplied by 2 is equal to, okay, 222 BNB. There you are. BNB got to how much? June this year, 1 BNB got to $39. Okay? $39. So $39 multiplied by 222. Let's see what is it. Okay, 222 multiplied by $39. That's about 8,650. That's equal to $8,656. $8,656. Your profit, your ROI. Now, your capital, okay, your capital, which is your BNB you spent your $100 on, is, okay, is $39 multiplied by 1111. Okay, of course, you should be able to guess what that should be. All right, so 1111, that's 1,100 BNB multiplied by $39. That's about $43,329. $43,329. That's crazy. But here you are, somebody see who BNB, and he say he's waiting for when BNB is $100. So he can as well spend his accrue. And so that's why we've recommended, one coin, one chain coin. Okay. We have recommended one chain coin for you to stake. There's another coin called Cosmos. That is Atom. The code is Atom. You can stake it, can stake this coin on Poloniex. You can stake it on Trust Wallet and some other staking, but at least you can stake it on Poloniex and Trust. Okay, I think it's about 10% or 10 point something percent and all of that. Okay, so we'll talk about it subsequently if you're interested about it. So you can stake maybe as low as $100, you know. Even $50 can stake you coin in all of those things in Cosmos. Okay, and so that's it. So these are the three major things. So let me go here, go to, wow, this is interesting. So I've done 63% on this guy. This guy is wicked. Okay, so this is EDC. This is EDC. Okay, now look at it here. EDC blockchain. We've told everybody to take advantage of this coin for a very long time, but a whole lot of people are waiting for, what do I call it? A whole lot of people are waiting for so much explanation. Nobody's going to give you any explanation. Nobody owe you any explanation about EDC. Nobody. People can just share with you. If you care, you take advantage of it. If you care, you don't take advantage of it. Nobody's going to force you. Nobody's going to tell you so much. Nobody's going to tell you, hey, have you done your EDC? Hey, you got to do it. You got to do it and all of that. Listen, guys, I did EDC when it was about 130,000 to do one account. And after I did it at 130,000 for one account, EDC came down to as low as $50,000. 50,000 naira was going to do you 50,000 naira was going to do you one account in EDC. So that means you can do 4 accounts in EDC to stake, to list 120,000 EDC. 120,000 EDC. You can, you know, as of those times. But I don't know how much it's 120,000 EDC is going to cost you now. Almost $1,000 or more than that. Because by the time you're cutting the charges and all of that. So nobody's going to tell you, hey, you have to lease, hey, you have to stake, hey, you have to do that. Nobody's going to tell you that. So what you need is the right information and the right direction. But most importantly, it's your personal decision. So your decision is important. Okay? So your decision is so important here. And so you don't blame anybody for your action or for your inaction. Now, EDC have 2 things. Please take note. Many of you, please, have been telling people when you are staking your coin. Of course, we're not here for practical training today, just like a call for awakening of your brain, you know, to know how to take your advantage of your personal economy. You know, when you buy an EDC, you lease, and of course, look at an account here. This account was leased when, you know, I was on the 26th of March. You know, 26th of March, you know, EDC was leased, and you want to lease EDC, I always tell people use 12 months. You are paid 11% every month of your EDC, and but before we were paid 12%. So like I did one analysis the other time, I said a time is going to come, maybe by next year, for you to earn, you know, EDC in 1 year, you know, every month might be 5%. Okay, and you buy more expensive, number one, you get lesser percentage. That's the truth. Okay, so EDC is a backup currency that, you know, you can, it's very stable. It take, you know, leap. If you want to come down, you come down in that leap, and so you can actually predict EDC and work without your plan of your trading in EDC, of your staking in EDC. And now once you click that, and then you're going to click here, maybe I want to lease now, I click in full. You know, that's 30,000 is the minimum you can lease, and then come here. Of course, it's not, I can't lease this because it's too small. You know, assuming I have about 30,000 I want to lease now, I'll type in 30,000 EDC, and then here will be highlighted. So why you see that it was not highlighted, it wasn't up to 30,000 EDC. Now, why do we encourage people when they lease EDC? We encourage people to do minimum of 4 accounts in EDC. If you don't have money at all, no problem, you can do 1 account. But if you know you have some money, you can start with. The least you should do is 4. Least you should do is 4. It's not a financial advice, it's just a choice and how I'm doing my thing. And so I'm just sharing with you. So don't say, hey, Felix, you told me to list 4 accounts. There I am. all my money, I use my house rent. I don't say you should go and take your house rent to come into crypto. It's left for you. But my own mentor told me I should sell everything I have around me and put in crypto. That's what he told me. And why he could tell me that is because he knows what I'm looking for. He knows what I want. He knows what I want to do. He knows that I don't joke with, my future. He knows that the future is so big and bright with crypto. And so he told me everything I have. He told me, hey, Felix, I've sold all my cars, and put everything in crypto. And so you can just imagine that. So why do we encourage people to do more than one account? This is the advantage. In EDC, you have passive earning and you have residual earning. What do I call it? Passive and residual. The passive is what to earn on the coin you lease. The residual is what to earn on the partner's leasing. So even if you don't have partner, if you create more than one account, if you create up to 4 accounts, the subsequent 3 accounts will earn you residual income. How do I mean? Now, every month you are earning 11% on each of the 3 additional accounts you created, and then you're going to be paid 10% of that accrual every month. So 10% of 3,300 multiplied by 3, that's 9,000 EDC. So 9,000 EDC, 10% is 990 EDC every month. So it means you're going to earn additional EDC apart from your ROI, which is your passive. So, but if you are fantastic enough to share the opportunity with people around you, and of course, you don't market anybody. I don't market people to ADC. If I tell you about ADC, that means I really love it. That's the truth. I can't remember when I just specifically go out, hey, please, I have some discussion to you because I want to earn return. No. I don't even remember about EDC most time. Okay, just plug in. If I tell you and you're not taking it, I don't remember telling you back. That's the truth. I cannot remember. Because it's going to be becoming difficult subsequently where people will not tell you much about crypto. You know why? When there's so much money in crypto subsequently, nobody's going to tell you anything about it. That's just the truth. If anyone is telling you now, I still love you. So look at, I'm using this example. This is one of my accounts, for instance. This account, apart from what is earning on daily basis, on monthly basis, for instance. So this is a daily basis anyway. Daily basis means in a month, it's going to earn 12% because this account is earning 12%. That's why you're seeing 120 EDC. My accrual from leasing coins, 120, that is 12%. Of course, you can't get 12% again, it's 11%. So everything in crypto is about time and chances. So 12%, that's 120 EDC. That means this account is earning 3,600 EDC every month. So in 12 months, it's going to earn, so 3,600 EDC every month multiplied by 12. So this account is going to earn 43,200 EDC at the end of 12 months. Where am I waiting? I'm waiting for EDC to hit $1. So, and before EDC will hit $1, my target is to accumulate at least 5 million EDC. So if I can accumulate 5 million EDC and 1 EDC enter to $1, you can carry your calculator. Okay? And so now, but right now, what can you earn? You can only earn 3,300 EDC every month. So multiply by 12 is going to give you about 39,600 EDC. Assuming you have up to 4 accounts, that's multiplied by 4. That means your 4 accounts is going to earn you 158,400 EDC. Assuming EDC in the next 1 year or 2 get to $1, and you have worked for 1 or 2 years passively, an investment has given you about $158,000, multiplied by 360 Naira in Nigeria currency, maybe for some of us who are used to Naira, and that's about insane 57 million Naira. Sometimes it may sound impossible, but that's why I don't like using Naira to calculate money. It gets you, gaga, like it's not possible. Okay, so but look at it now. On residual account, for instance, this account is earning about 547 EDC on residual, not on the invested money. So now, if that is the case, let's take the calculator. If that's the case, this account, okay, every day, 547 EDC 0.5 multiplied by 30. That gives us about 16,425 EDC every month. Now, multiply by 12 months. That gives about 197,100 EDC. Assuming that continues for just 2 years. So multiply by 2. That will give about 394,200 EDC. And if this is $1, that's 394. Now, but is it possible for EDC to get to $10? Maybe. Okay, if that happened, multiply by 10. That would be about how much? That's about $3.9 million. And then say multiply by 360. Please, I'm not an accountant, so forgive me. Let's say this. That would be 1.4 billion naira. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to market you for this. I'm just trying to tell you, explain phenomena to you. And when somebody tells you about cryptocurrency, about what's about to happen in cryptocurrency, you don't misbehave. And so this is the halving. So when it happens, you're going to have half of this 1,800 Bitcoin every month, every day. So it's going to be 900 Bitcoin. So the money is going to drop. The Bitcoin volume is going to drop drastically. And that's what you do, and that's why we said, look out beyond Bitcoin. Look for instruments that will get you Bitcoin with less stress. You might not have capability to play the politics around Bitcoin right now, but you have the capability to play around other coins that are still having lesser volume. So the first thing, personal trading, is what we do. And of course, some of us who are on bill with me, we know what we do there. And so, you learn how to trade, you get signals, you trade by yourself, and then you are so busy you don't have time. Fine, you can still be part of Bill With Me. A year subscription of Bill With Me is 55,000 naira. So $155 you are paying with Bitcoin. Then you are there, you are getting information. Then I recommend to a lot of people to go and subscribe for Tika Tiwari. $5,000, remember. But the other thing we have been able to help, thank God for Mr. Yobami, that have been able to help to form a forum to where people can, what can you do? Okay, you want to take the Tika Tiwari? Okay, you can still contact us and you pay $500. So if you pay $500, then you can get the coin and buy it by yourself and do the needful. If you cannot pay $500, then you pay $5,000 directly to Tika Tiwari, where you have the whole thing to read. But if you cannot pay $500, if you cannot pay $5,000, you should be able to pay $500. But nobody's marketing you for that anyway. But you want the coin, then you go out there. You have to subscribe for $5,000 for the Palm Beach group subscriptions, or you can pay $500 to get to see how to access the coin. And then please, when we say $500, so does not mean when you pay $500 we buy the coin for you. When you pay $500, now that is to subscribe to get the name of the coins and memo information about the coin and direction on how to buy the coin and where to store the coins and all of that, and more update when it comes. Of course, you get more update on what's happening about the coin and all of that. So pay $500, you look for another $500, or depending on you now, can take $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000, as the case may be, to now buy the coin by yourself. The only thing, the additional advantage you will have is that, of course, you are giving direction. Okay, do this way, do this way, do this way, and all of that. So, and that's the first thing. And so, personal trading, of course, if you are part of our group and you are not trading, you are totally wrong. Capital wrong. That's the truth. You are totally wrong. And so that's what we encourage everybody to sit down and take advantage of this crypto space. But you have to shun all those funny schemes, investment platform in cryptocurrency. 98 to 99% of investment platform in cryptocurrency are Ponzi scheme. They are scam. Be careful. So just learn how to take advantage, control your wealth by yourself, rather than giving money to some group of funny people. Hey, we're going to pay you 40% every month. We're going to pay you 30% every month. Some say 50% every month. They are crap. They are rubbish. We've tried a lot of them. We lost crazy money. Only this year, if I tell you how much personally I have lost in some of those platforms, in fact, there's no point you pitying me anyway, but it's not funny. It has not been funny. A lot of people have lost crazy money. Money we lost was not an issue, but people lost money through us. People join business. People join people. People don't join business. You can imagine people you have recommended, go and invest it, and then invested, lost about 20 million naira, lost about 5 million naira, 10 million naira, 30 million naira. It's crazy. So the best is that let you take it this way and be able to control your wealth by yourself, and then you can take advantage of it. So please, I challenge everyone, if you are in Bill with me, if you are in any platforms at all, and don't market anybody. Please don't. It's risky. Don't market anybody. Share, educate, enlighten people to take advantage of opportunity rather than you marketing them, in terms of, for me, once any platform is talking about MLM so much and you pay this, and this package is going to stay for this year, those are bullshit. I've been doing for that language. I'm not interested. There's so much to make in the crypto. Let me use one example, something that will shock you and humble a lot of you. I didn't mention something. I won't remember everything. In our personal trading, there are tools we make use. You join Build With Me platform, and you can. There's a coin all of us have subscribed for their academy platform where you buy, subscribe for their token. It's called NITBlock. NITBlock. So I'm just waiting for the phenomenon of that token again, but. Anything you do, please take responsibility, okay? And so, NITBlock, you can subscribe $53, $100, $200, $1,000. Of course, somebody say, hey, okay, you mean there's $100 there? Of course, 100% of one is still two. 100% of zero is still zero. So many of us, why we took advantage of it is this. Look at it. Number one, the same place where this information comes from is where NITBlock, now come from. That's why many of us took it very seriously. Can you imagine that there was a coin that did this and many of us didn't know? Let me just use this one alone. This coin went as low as how much? $12.26. And after then, it moved up to as high as how much? $97,000. Okay, now of no long time, yesterday or 24 hours or 7 days ago, it dropped to as low as $8,000 per one and was as high as $24,000. Okay, that's crazy. Now another coin that came through the same channel, that's why we don't want to take anything, we don't want to take anything for granted, is Tor coin. Okay, look at Tor coin. Tor coin was another crazy coin that people in this community, Tor coin is still holding up to 7,662% up to now. And Tor coin was listed, and then it went as low as this in February this year, 2019, as low as 14 cents. $100 investment on these will give you this. Look at it. $100 investment on Tor coin. Look at it here. This is $100. $100 divided by 0.145. That gives you about 689. And we learned that some persons sold their own when it was about $600. So multiply by $600. $600. That's about $413,000. Now, but look at it. The coin went up to as high as how much? The coin went up to as high as $2,130. Now, if that's the case, that same volume that somebody bought with $100 investment, divide by 0.145, that's this, then multiply by $2,130. Okay, that is 1,000,000. That's 1,468,965. That's about $1.4 million within how many months? February to June this year. Now, there you are, another similar coin that what brought to us was Tor coin, okay? Tor coin was another similar coin. Sorry, I say Tor coin. Another coin that we actually did similar thing to was this THX, okay? This THX happened that I bought it, okay? I participated in this and it was fantastic, okay? The coin is still reading about 877% now, and it was made this year, okay? It was made this year, and I actually bought it less than, about less than 10 cents, 0.09, that's what I bought it. But when it came into the market, sorry, look at it here, THX. THX. Okay, look at THX. All-time low, about $73 a cent, May 17, and May 31st, that's 2 weeks interval, it was $25. You know, that recorded about 3,500%, actually made over 25,000% of the little fund I invested on it. So these are the things. So there we are now with a token called NIT-block. And so NIT-block. So for this, you can meet person who probably must have invited you for this Zoom. If I was the one that invited you for the Zoom, of course, later you can ask how to go about getting your link to sign up on NIT-block. And just by what I'm looking for in NIT-block is the token, okay? So I tell people, I'm not particular about the incentive, okay? Because they give incentive, they give academy, of course, the academy signals to have been very fantastic and reliable, because I compare with some of my softwares and it has been very perfect. And so you have three things in the NIT-block. Number one is the token they give to me. That's what's paramount to me. Number one. Then number two, they give you the signal information on coins analysis, to just like what we do on Be With Me. Number three, they give you weekly incentive. Okay, but right now I think incentive withdrawal is paused because of the integration. You know, they are doing about the coin and then integrating to Bitcoin blockchain and switching on, and where you can convert, transfer, and all of that. So the incentive withdrawal paused. And okay, so I just want to come up so that I can show you. I'm just gathering, accumulating the token, you know, before they launch into the markets. And so I think I've done little justice, and just it's not particular on company. And so I'm a crypto politician. I'm not too particular about company. I'm particular about what can I get, you know, from a company. In that word, I adopt what they call use theory against dependent theory. Okay, so thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So I think if you have questions, maybe while we're asking questions for clarifications, for highlight, for understanding, I think we can, this must have been open and all of that. So over to everybody. Whoever has questions, please, can you chat on the chat box, and then so that we can take our questions one after the other. Please, you can chat on this chat box, and if you have questions, and then we can attend to your questions. Yeah, I'm waiting. Does that mean we don't have any questions? Yeah, hello. No questions? Okay. Somebody is saying, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're on mute, officer. You're on mute. Okay, ask your question. Yeah, ask your question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, good evening, sir.
Please, on your bit, is anywhere that someone can on
Sir? Oh, you're having a bad network over there. I think maybe you type your question so that I can respond to it. Because can you type the question? Just type the question so that we can take it from the chat box.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we lost your voice, and so
Yes. So, because after that, that first part I did with the BNB I had there, I didn't had the opportunity to meet up with that, and since then, even when I go back to check to see whether I can be able to meet up, I will not frequently. I didn't even see the date again for the expiration of the next 14 days. So maybe I'm looking to maybe another exchange to see whether like Yobit, if there is in that investment box in Yobit where one can have some of those coins that is holding for a long time and then put it there to see whether I can recoup some percentage of those coin. That's my question. If such a thing is in Yobit, let me know.
okay, yeah. No, there are apps. There are apps just like I talked about One Chain Coin, talked about Cosmos, I talked about this. So what BNB is doing, what Binance is doing on their staking and lending is a kind of what they call soft lending. They partition it in a way that it's been cut down to little fractions, and you can liquidate at that point. But of course, some of us don't have that time to be monitoring when the next phase will happen. The next phase will happen. They do want to just make it very dynamic in that way. But of course, it's affecting some of us who don't remember things or that will be maybe busy on other stuff. And so you can get some things done on Polonex. You can get some of those staking on Trust Wallet. Of course, do you know that Trust Wallet is a kind of official wallet in the lab project of Binance Coin, in the Binance Exchange. Okay, so you can still get that done on Trust Wallet. You can get a lot of apps. You can get some of those taken done, and we give you fantastic things you're actually looking for. So maybe going
Sorry,
forward,
sir.
yeah.
On the Trust Wallet, because I had one, I just recently downloaded one and then did all the necessary thing I need to do there.
Okay.
Can you just share more light on where I can, so that maybe some of these coins that I'm holding, I might push it there because I have some volumes of coin. Maybe I can push it there and see how I can, if it is leasing or lending there. Let me see how I can do some of those things.
Okay. When you go to your Trust Wallet, okay, when you go to your Trust Wallet, click on DApp. On DApp, that is the different applications for other activities. Okay, you click on DApp. Okay, let me show you something like that here. Remind me, I'm a multitasking type of person. I was doing other transactions and people have been waiting for me to. Okay. Now look at it.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you see DApp?
Something like this.
You see DApp below?
Yeah,
right?
I saw the DApp.
Okay, so you tap the DApp. Look at when you tap the dab.
Okay. Yes.
So it's going to show you Ethereum names,
Okay, staking platform. Yeah.
platforms, and all of that. So you can now,
Yes, staking platform.
You can now see which coins are available for staking and all of that. So many things. There's so much things loaded in the what's it called? In the Trust wallet, you know, and you can now say, okay, like now, if I click on that, you know, I'm seeing some that are still coming. It will tell you coming. Like you can stay Cosmos, you can stay Tron, you can say Tesla, then Waves is coming, okay? Outex is coming, you know, and so there are so many other things. So then the other one we are trying to explore to check the genuinity of how our coin can be saved in the wallet is my container, okay? My container, you know, and because we saw Dash coin being staked there, but we don't know how strong, you know, it is and all of that. So, but Trust Wallet you can still do. Then on Poloniex, try to explore Poloniex, you know, and see how you can go about it. Are you good?
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate.
Okay. So next questions. Anybody again? Questions? Please let's ask question because we're running up already, and so. Questions. It's like people are sleeping. Are we sleeping?
No, I'm awake.
We no sleep. We dey hear.
Listening.
Now because everybody understand perfectly,
I
okay?
dey wait make your newbies them act now.
Okay.
But officer said it all. The
Okay,
officer
so
said it on my mind.
But
But he was not too fast to say he has understand.
Obama might have one or two to share with us, and then some information from there. Okay, okay. Somebody say, what is it have money to take EDC? Can I buy the amount I can afford? No, you have every choice to do. Somebody's asking, what did they mean by storing Chika points out? Okay, okay. Somebody said, what if, okay, you want to say, what if you don't have enough money to stake EDC? Can I buy the amount I can afford? Absolutely. You can go to Yobit and buy, you know, even 100 EDC. Nothing. I've told us 100% of one is 2, and 100% of 0 is 0. And so, but it will have been of great advice and advantage for you if you have up to, source reasonable amounts to stake it. That'd be fantastic for you. But if you don't, it's not a compulsory thing. You know, just that it's a difficult coin to trade, especially if you are not a professional. Okay, Mr. Obami, are you in? Can you have something to tell us? Bad was saying something about what does it mean to
Bad network.
Mr. Dominica, you exit and come back. And come back, maybe the network must have been stable. Muibat, you were saying something. What does it mean? Wallet and exchange are different. Okay, wallet is a decentralized thing where you have your private key and all of that. Every receiving address on wallet are cool. We call it a cold storage. They are cold storage because they are not on exchange activities. They are just there for that particular wallet stored, and it does not have some transactional interswitch with so many things. But exchange wallet, is a hot wallet. It's a secondary, layer of wallet. Of course, when you go to that, and so it's more, prone to issues. If there are issues and hacking, just like Cryptopia is gone, or maybe they will still come back. But even if they come back, your money can be in Cryptopia maybe for 2 or 3 years, and you're already dying. While they are still struggling to recover themselves. So, if you are not trading any coin, it's better that coin is stored in external wallet. Example of external wallet: the blockchain wallet, the Trust wallet, the Coinomi wallet, Engine wallet, the Dodge wallet, so many wallets. We have so many numbers of wallets. I think I have access to about 236 different wallets. Okay, and so you have that over time. When you grow up very well, what I mean by grow up very well is not by your knowledge, but the level of Satoshi you have accumulated. You are so jealous about your Satoshi, then you have to buy it, Ledger Nano or Treasure. Treasure is better, and then you have to buy it external block hard wallet and lock it. If you like, you can put in a safe box and give it to the bankers to be watching over, and they may not be able to spend anything from it, but they are watching over. You pay them the peanut, and then they have to be watching over. If you go and give it to officer to watch it for you, he will charge you Bitcoin. He will not charge you Naira. So you can just take it to bank and tell them to store it for you there, and then so of course they will store it for you there. Okay. So Mr. Mbami have something to tell us. I think he's back now.
Good evening.
Yeah, I think it's stable.
All right, it's better now. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Felix. You have done a very good job. Well, for me, I don't have much to say. I'll still, so that it won't be like we're having a bunch of repetition of what has been said. Right, but what I cannot stop emphasizing two things. If you are not accumulating Tika Tiwari's coin, I'm sorry, you may be doing yourself a lot of disservice. I'm not saying you should come and pay $500. I'm not interested in anyone $500. You have access to Palm Beach Institute. Pay your $5,000. Get access to Tika directly. Get your coins, and please accumulate. I can tell you such that all the coins he gave us, I'm not trading them, and I told Mr. Felix why. Because most of the time I get, to even either forget because I'm busy looking at where is the coin, where is not the coin. So what I did for me was to buy, and I moved them out of the exchanges, both the ones on KuCoin and the ones on Binance. I moved them out, and I stored them on my Trust wallet and Jazz wallet. All right. So those ones, even if anybody takes my phone at gunpoint, it's only wasting his time because I have my seed. I'll quickly get on another one and then recover all those things and move them out and change the wallet, whichever way it is. Anyway, so that's number one for me. Please, it will be a lot of disservice, and it will be sad by next year when the result will start popping up, and then we start looking at who did this to me. Nobody did this to us. We only did it but we did it to ourselves. That's number one. Number two is EDC. EDC, if I tell you how much I used, how much EDC was when I was buying, Mr. Felix was aware. EDC, I bought some EDCs at 250 Satoshi. I bought some at 510 Satoshi. I bought some at 400 and something Satoshi. So total money spent on EDC so far when these things were high, was about 2.3 Bitcoins that I used in accumulating EDCs. Now, why am I doing that? I'm doing that because I could see where the future of EDC is going. We've been on the project before in 2016, and because we didn't understand what they were doing when they were changing from Medina.io to their own blockchain. Everything got confusing, and we all left. But those people that stood by it, they have done marvelously well for themselves. So of course that became a call for us to take a look at it again. And the truth of the matter is, EDC is really, really going to take the world by storm. So, like Mr. Felix said, if you just try as much as possible to do a blog before, as if even if you don't want to refer anyone, do a blog and let that be generating some things, for you. But please, what I would advise in EDC is make it a project of maybe 1 year, 6 months, 1 year, whatever. Whatever you make, you compound. Whatever you make, you compound to get more. Because a time is coming, exactly what happened in Bitcoin is going to repeat itself in EDC when the difficulty of EDC goes high. Then that's when those percentages, little percentages Mr. Felix was talking about, will then set in. You're already having an inclination that by next year we'll be having 6% a month on on leasing, which of course we have 11%. Now it used to be 12%, but now it came down to 11%. That's even if you are leasing for 1 year. All right. So if you are leasing for less than 1 year, then you should expect less percentage in terms of your leasing earnings. All right. So for me, please, those two projects, make sure by whatever it takes. I was talking to someone, I told Mr. Felix yesterday, and I was talking to a couple of guys that want to sell a car, put the money in EDC. I was like, are you serious for this? I said, well, the simple truth is when I put that car for sale, I used to gather maybe like 3.9 million EDC, I used to gather like 4 million EDC, and I stake it for 6 months. 6 months, next year, that money, the money on rental, let me call it rental income is going to give me times 3 of that particular car I'm selling now. Okay, so that is for you to know the kind of project that this is actually is. Then just to wrap it up, you mentioned NeedBlock. NeedBlock is a product of the team that gave birth to Coin and 42 Coin, which of course is going to be huge as well. So whichever one you are doing, just make sure you grab 1 or 2 of these things, and then let's see how it goes. Next year is going to be big. Nobody in this room should, remain the same by the time the results start trickling in. Next year, don't worry. Of course, some persons you will tell they will not listen. Don't bother yourself. Just do the next thing. If they like, let them listen. If they like, let them not listen. Okay, but then just make sure you do what you are supposed to do, and then wait for the results to come. For our consistency, cryptocurrency is going to pay. Cryptocurrency is going to pay us off because I don't know what I, for one, would have been doing now. Maybe farming cassava or doing something in the village, which does not really, I don't know. I don't think I have the capacity to do that anymore. So, and I cannot sell supplements. I can't sell it. It does not work for me. All right. So, and in as well as we have decided that this is the space we want to play, let us play by the rules, and then wait patiently for the result, to come. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Felix. Thank you. My mommy from the UK is here. She just came in to crypto some 4 days ago, and she's ready to run, and she's ready to rock it with us. She's already on 5 coins to 5 million. She's already on EDC. She's ready to really, really blast it. Okay. So I mean, so if my mom is such, I mean, in the UK that is in a sane environment, same country where everything is working, to be able to take this seriously, I don't know what will be wrong with me, that I'm in a disorganized environment that will not take it more than, life itself. I breathe crypto, I live crypto, I eat crypto. So that's what it is. Thank you very much. Let's give it to others to have anything to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's a fantastic one there. And, so do we have anybody with another question? Because, of course, this class is made free for everybody today. Subsequently might not be, of course, so let's be careful. And just a moment. So do we have any questions again?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. The money, the coin we are leasing on Trust Wallet, I don't know. Just in, you know more than me. Please, just explain to me. Those coin we are leasing on Trust Wallet, I thought, hey, is it okay? Is it okay? Like, I was thinking it's safer on the like the way one chain organized their own staking, BNB like that. So I don't know if it's okay. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
We don't like the one we are using, the coin we are to list on Trust Wallet, like the Atom and all, like maybe want to list any of those Tikatiwari and all that. Is this safe?
Sorry,
Is it okay?
coins are not on listing on Trust Wallet.
I didn't tell you to list Tikatiwari coins on Trust Wallet. I think there are coins that are listed that you can list on Trust Wallet. If you check, it's not all coins that are listed there. And when you are talking of safe, in between the one chain application and the Trust Wallet, ask yourself the question very well. Trust Wallet is a wallet that is decentralized. The app you downloaded on one chain, yes, because yes, they have validators and all of that. In between the app and the wallet, which one is more safer? Why do we tell you to move your coin to a wallet? So if a wallet has a provision for staking, that makes more secure. Because every wallet is a decentralized, that's where you have your seed, you have your recovery phrase and all of that. And we always say that any wallet you cannot have your private key, then you don't have a wallet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. I understand now. Thank you, sir. No vex for the question, I beg. I just didn't understand.
No. So when we're talking about staking, listen, everybody, it's not compulsory for you to stake. Of course, sometimes just that we like telling everybody what's obtainable in the industry. And sometimes if people are not aware of what's obtainable in the industry, it's like, oh, I wish I know, Just like I tell everybody in Port Harcourt, I tell everybody who have taken, EDC, should give thanks to God and thank Mr. Simplicity. Left for me, you're on your own. Because once I've just said something once, I'm off from it. I do not have that time to start re-emphasizing. And that's it. So because sometimes when you tell people, all right, when you tell people about opportunity, especially in cryptocurrency, taking responsibility, I've seen a lot of things in cryptocurrency in all the name of trying to advise and counsel and trying to develop people. I've seen a person who attacked me, telling, hey, I think in one of our group of Achievers Club, when I told somebody I was to give my humanitarian training, and the woman had to just immediately just attack me. The same thing you did, and we lost all our money in this blah 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 blah. I was like, what the hell? And I was somebody who told me, hey, I've lost all my money in the platform you asked me to invest in money to, and now look at this, look at that. And so time is going to come. Nobody's going to tell you anything about cryptocurrency. And so when we tell people take advantage of it, it's just like helping us to learn. Okay? So it's not everything you're going to do, but like what is compulsory? Okay, let me not say compulsory because Everybody have their own need. If you must be involved in crypto, first is personal trading is a must. Okay, personal trading a must. And in the personal trading, we have 3 segments there. Buy some coins, hold it. And of course, we have said you need to be patient, you need to be disciplined, you need to be dedicated, and then you have to be foolish. Because if you are not foolish enough, somebody just say, buy this coin. You don't even know much about it. Even though you have read about it, some of those things you read, blah, blah, blah with it, how really are they? So you might have an element of foolishness. Somebody who bought Bitcoin in 2009 with $20 must have been very foolish enough to buy a thing that does not have a defined, channel that is going, especially, those people who are going to have more problem in crypto going forward are people, and I will tell you, are people who are over-schooled. I must tell you that, because they are these are contesting with one another. What is the contention? The contention is that school and street are going to fight each other. And of course, street school. And of course, if that happens, a man who is highly schooled, because he have not seen crypto inside book, thank God for Oxford Dictionary that are going advanced now, that have now included Satoshi in Oxford Dictionary. So they might be able to see a reflection of what the name Bitcoin come to. That they will say Satoshi means the smallest unit of Bitcoin. That may tell you, okay, I think I saw something Bitcoin. No, the man will speak a lot of English. And so why is crypto and Bitcoin, or in the crypto environment, not so much popular for common people to have taken advantage of it? Because it's not coming from the college professor. It's not coming from the authority they so much respected, and so for that, they're not going to take it. People are going to take more about crypto until when people, of course, people who can open their mind now become billionaire in it. They say, because professor from University of Toronto talked about it, I think it will be genuine. Because JP Morgan, CEO of JP Morgan and all of that talking, I think it's going to be genuine. Because the federal government now have said they were going to build a server to mine Bitcoin. Just imagine the federal government Nigeria can say in 2024, when Bitcoin next halving has happened, that is from 900 Bitcoin in 24 hours, now it's 1,800 Bitcoin in 24 hours. And then the next is 900 Bitcoin. Then that 2024 is 450 Bitcoin. Possibly the price of Bitcoin might have been maybe $500,000, or more than that. Now here they say the federal government is embarking on a big multi-billion dollars project to set up a mining farm in Ota or in Akure or wherever, or in Bonny Island, because we have water to supply. And then somebody say, I think it's going to be a big project. What are you talking about? When the real people have made the money. So people have bought the rumor and we are selling the news that time. So first is your personal trading. You buy some coin, hold, you learn how to swing, then you learn how to scam. Okay, going forward, EDC, you don't have trouble. You buy it, take it, go away. But sometimes I don't log into my account for 2 months. I don't know. I don't need to go there. What am I doing there? Okay, then all things being equal, other things start coming in. Maybe some people do some airdrop and all of that. So you're keeping yourself busy and all of those. So why do I talk less about mining now? Because mining is less profitable. Secondly, it takes people who have enough money to want to take charge of mining. Mining will still continue, not that it's going to stop. But even if it continues, it's not more profitable. Why will I go into mining when I can buy some coin and stake on the POS? When I can buy some coin and lease on the masternode and all of that? And so we always tell everybody about this spread. But you now look at yourself, what is my capacity? Like myself, am I still mining? Absolutely yes. But why will I not recommend mining for my community? Because it's not profitable. So, but Felix, why are you still mining? Because I still want to mine. Okay. So, but if somebody now say, okay, I have so much money, if you say you have so much money, I'll ask you, have you stake? You say you have stake, right? And do you put any money on your exchange that you are trading? You say yes. Okay. Have you leased EDC? You say yes. Okay. You have some money left. You want to mine? Fantastic. You can go ahead and mine. Okay. So let us not see that, okay, because they're talking about it, we have to do it. I always tell people, challenge everything that is coming from anybody, irrespective of who cares, who is Felix. It's just privilege to be there. It doesn't mean what authority does he have over anybody. So just you know. So that's just it, okay? So anybody with any question? I think we have done justice tonight, and if you come too much, your brain is going to burst, guys. So you take it a little dose. Okay, Mr. Tosi, you want to say something? Okay, Boyga, you want to say something?
There is a question on the chat box. There's a question on the chat box.
Okay. Somebody said, thank boss. Okay, I don't know. Okay, thank you, Alex, for this enlightenment. You indeed good. I feel the pulse. Okay, my question is, how do you cash in on our investment? Thank you. Okay. Oh, fine. How do you cash? Oh, that's the easiest way. That's the easiest way. Okay. So cash. Number one first way to cash is peer-to-peer. Okay. Number one way to cash is peer-to-peer. What does it mean? What do we mean by peer-to-peer? Peer-to-peer simply means we're in a community and somebody have Bitcoin or whichever coin, and he need cash, then we convert. So that's why we call it people economy. Number two, we have some registered platforms that sounds like a kind of intermediary, not like bank owned now, okay, to cheat you, not like bank owned to cheat you, but intermediary of like standing as an escrow, okay, an escrow that stand and look for buyers and sellers just like a stockbrokers. And you go in there, register your detail, and bring your coin to the market. And so immediately you're going to see present of buyers and present of sellers. And you have other ones that I call it for preliminary of kindergarten people. What do you mean? Like things like Luno is for kindergarten because they're going to charge you so much excess money. So anything that's similar to bank is going to cheat you. That I know for sure. Anything that looks like bank is going to cheat you. So Luno is cheating a lot of people, but because of their level of ignorance, and they felt that, okay, Luno is good because they can convert their money, but Luno is doing business with your money, and so they're going to charge you a lot. So the first we consider is peer-to-peer. But what makes it problematic to some persons, you are not in a community, you wouldn't know who to trust. And so, but is there an option? It's a fantastic option. So you have so many ways to cash, cash your money when you have invested. And that reminds me, when you have a platform, it's a good question you just ask. When you have a platform you have invested, always ask about the entry and the exit. So if I have invested, I have made some money and I'm able to cash it. Let me use a practical example. TBC, so many shit coins come in, and now they say you are making money every day and you want to cash out. They said, go and talk to another person. That is deceiving another person and offload your burden to him and then collect his real money. Now, when he needs money, look for another person. What assume he doesn't have anybody? And because it's not a value, everybody will be interested in exchanging value for value, but nobody will be interested in exchanging his value for shit thing. And so, unless he lack the understanding. So these are deceptions that people have been, ruining people's life about in the space of cryptocurrency. Okay? I think that has actually helped you to an extent. Okay, so Boyga, you want to say something? Boyga is gone, and I think Boyga, you want to say something? I think I saw your hands up.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, I want to say a very big thank you for your powerful presentation tonight. And I asked a question in that box, that chat box.
Okay.
That's when is NBK likely to be listed? That's one.
Okay. Yeah, listing of NBK right from the one, they have said December, January but they want to make it more faster. Okay. That was when they first started the process of where people were disturbing. I want to buy NBK. I don't want to just buy to join the platform of incentive and all of that. That's why they have to start the ERC20 project for extra people to buy. The token can now be distributed to their ERC20 token. And because that they've started the integration. You know, of course, every coin's in your back office, just like we used to tell people, a coin can be in your back office like a database token that cannot be converted to another coin. So that means there is no protocol, you know, on inscriptions that we recognize a kind of synchronization between your coin to another convertible coin like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of that. Just like we tell people, once a coin is not convertible to Bitcoin, it's rubbish, it's shitcoin. And Ethereum, it cannot be converted to it. So it's possible, like the integration from information I'm gathering, the integration probably could finish up to this week, okay? This week we're entering, could finish up and all of that, maybe earlier than that, but from the information I'm gathering, could finish up earlier than this. So that means the listing may come earlier than maybe the December we're looking at, or possibly does that. For me, I fixed my mind on December and January, long time, but I think the procedure, the process is coming more faster than before. Okay.
Thanks for the response.
Yeah.
And this particular one is coming just as an advice.
Okay.
We have some projects now. You know, our goal is to accumulate between 10 to 100 BTC.
BTC, yeah, 12 months.
In 12 months. Now, if you look into all the programs we have now, all of them are juicy. There's no one that one will say it's not good to join, or probably to come into. So, but then we look.
I can hear you again. Hello.
Hey, don't interrupt. Hello.
Yeah.
Some persons might not really afford to do all at a time.
Yeah, of course. The network is not helping you, man.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me now?
Well, I'm hearing you now, but while you're talking, I couldn't hear you.
Okay, some persons might not really have the money to do all. Now, I think it will be wise for such individual to look into at least 2 of those programs.
Yeah.
You understand? For somebody who has probably $500 to start up with, and is fully interested in talking about the category coin, is fully interested in that.
Okay.
And is interested in some of these listing we are doing with EDC. Is also interested in staking and all that. But for the $500, at least he can manage to subscribe in 2 of all the programs we have ahead of us.
Yeah.
If it is that ICO, probably open 1 or 2 accounts there and look into one other and subscribe.
Yeah.
The bottom line is we are on a project to achieve between 10 to 100 Bitcoin. Somebody who does not even have up to $1,000 can as well. If others that have up to $2,000 for $5,000 are making 100 Bitcoin, such person that have $500 could also be fortunate to have as much as 10 Bitcoin.
Of course.
Maybe after the next halving.
Yeah.
So I think it will be more better, or probably you should give more advice on 1 or 2 of our programs that somebody should subscribe in, so that as the most profitable one, somebody will not just have $500 say he wants to go into mining. Exactly. So, so that is the reason. I just for the benefits of some other people that are here, not only me.
Yeah.
And so at least which of the best two out of all some of these programs we have, we begin to count between 1 to 5. At least we count 4 or 5 of them. So at least 2 that one can start up with that little capital that will help one, as in put one in the line as far as crypto is concerned.
Yeah.
So thank you, sir.
You're blessed. It's a nice one, it's a nice advice, just like what you are rightly put it. I normally tell people, in fact, if anybody don't know what one to, or maybe, number one, it's just that we're trying to carry everybody along, number one. We don't want to be like separating in the social strata. If not, this type of project may actually have a separation from people, but it's not correct. It's not good because, and so that the person now have to look within his pocket, and we look within his pocket, and he can say, okay, let me just go for EDC alone. EDC alone should be about $250 now, or more than that. I can't say. Or the person can say, okay, let me just buy a coin. Let me just buy 1 or 2 coins, because the truth is this: any person who do not have enough money to spread up to 2 or 3 should be the one that will have more patience. It should not be the haste, because sometimes some people with the little money, we are the people that have little money, we are the one that always been agitating too much, because it's like when they say a poor is always afraid of losing what the money he has not. And so it's always good that if such person who have a little money to start from, platforms or project that he can be in charge, he can be in control of. Control of, I mean, like personal trading. But unfortunately, the personal trading too is quite, is a place that tests your patience and a lot of things. So,
also technical.
It's not for come and chop, And but definitely, I think it's a lot easier to just maybe take advantage of EDC. But yeah, the person okay, let me use another advantage. The person can go in for EDC, and probably when he's open his Yobit, he can buy EDC and keep. Because I always tell some persons he can keep it, just that the EDC is very difficult to trade even for professional. After you finish selling the previous one, you think it's going to come down for you to buy. It become an issue.
Honestly, the same thing affected me. There was a time I sold at 31 Satoshi. Yeah. Only to wake up the following day and saw it at 109 Satoshi. And I think the same thing also happened to someone in our chat this evening. The person already set an order of 101. I saw it in the WhatsApp group. Yeah. The coin jumped to 120 Satoshi.
Yeah.
So when I log on and I saw 120, so that was the highest. But then I was seeing 119 Satoshi as the best-selling price.
Yeah.
So the little quantity I had to sell, because I know quite all right it will drop again. Okay. And by now it's still traded around 117 if it has not dropped below. So that is one thing with EDC. It's not really easy to trade. Even if you call yourself a guru, you cannot get the full calculation, because a time will come you will definitely miss out. That's one of the reasons why the little one I had to stake it so that I won't miss out again, because it was very painful selling at 81 Satoshi and finding it at 109 again. I had to go and buy it at 89 Satoshi. You can see the difference. 81 Satoshi, 89 Satoshi is much. That's huge amount of money. I knew how much I used in doing just 31,000 little staking I did on
Yeah.
this. Meanwhile, some people will spend just penny, something that is not even up to 100K. Meanwhile, some other person is spending over 100K or something.
Yeah.
So we need to be wise with this thing we are doing. And it is even good to make you when the sun shines. Because look at now, 120 Satoshi. It's more difficult now to do 30K this thing. As in, if you are doing it, you are spending more.
You are spending more.
So that is, we need to be wise. Although somebody that cannot even afford to buy up to 30K, we can still simply advise those people to buy the little one they know they can buy at next stage.
Exactly.
And keep it there. Don't touch it. Because touching it could make you lose more, because the way and manner in which that thing is growing, who knows, maybe tomorrow night we'll just see it at 250 Satoshi.
Of course.
So it's very, very possible.
Of course.
So it's another advice for people to let's not waste our Satoshi just like that. We keep, let us hold. If we can give ourselves a target of at least 1 year, if this thing hits $1, something that I've once touched 900 and something dollar, all time high. So $1, $2, $5 is very feasible.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time. If you can give it minimum of 2 years is not much.
No.
I believe by the next halving now, one could hit $2 or thereabouts. With $2, man, I'm not even waiting for long for even $1. The little this thing I did, I know that's a lot of money. At least that one nothing less than 5 Bitcoin or so. Honestly, I'm achieving my goal gradually with that. If I get like 5 BTC, at least I'm close to 10. Even by the time everybody is doing harvest, we want to go and do this. We want to go on conference. Everybody, at least we have to give little accounts, and if little block also comes in. Me, I'm still building this block, and I need more people now. So in fact, today, I've broadcasted, called so many people. I've changed my strategy of introducing people now. I'm not just chatting people anyhow. I will chat you and tell you I'll call. And also, make I pack plenty. At least, if I don't get plenty money to buy, I should be able to.
Yes.
That is what I'm doing, and the thing is giving me more. Some people say they are feeling shy. They want to talk to people, and there you are. It's not that it's not as if you have the capital to invest.
Yes.
The next option for you to just talk to friends and commit.
Yeah,
let them come in and you get more token, because signing somebody up under you with even $53 gives you 500 extra. I cherish that one to buying $53, because if you buy $53 under yourself alone, just one single account is 100 new block you get.
Of course.
Except if you had registered one account before and you place it under the first account, that is when you get additional 500 new block. So it's more profitable to me spending 53 this thing than talking to people. At least I do that. So thanks for the information, Wanga. If you did not tell me that if I sign somebody under myself, I'll get that 500, I will not know. At least that one now, Rijo. Thank you.
All right, then. So, guys, I think we have to call it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, good news. And new block platform just added a new update. New feature just came up on new block.
Okay.
They just added a new feature. Everybody that's on it should go and check. So the guys are working. The thing is being on blockchain. You're going to see it very big in a matter of days or weeks. So our own talk point is you can log in, share your screen. You're going to see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go to updates.
No, it's on the dashboard. Can you see it? Check your dashboard very well. You will see.
Okay.
Just opposite your rank.
Okay. Let me refresh the page. I'm trying to. Okay, maybe can you share your page? Let me close mine. I don't know, just it's wasting time.
It's not something difficult. You see, when you log in, you will see they've added 1 MBK equals to 90 cents. Above, if you are using a phone version, you will see it above the normal place they pay your incentive, or just below your rank.
Okay,
You
I
understand?
think this one I want to open now. Yeah. Okay. Here, but 1 MBK to. Okay.
Just yeah, you've seen it.
Yeah. Okay.
That feature wasn't there before.
Okay. So the integration is going on. So I think it's going to be more faster than we expected. And so it's going to be faster than we expected. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tonight, and I think we have done a little justice to what we needed to do. So you have a nice day, and see you next week.
Thank you, sir.